Hello everyone, Douglas here and welcome to my Star Wars review, and today I will be reviewing Attack of the Clones. This movie is the second movie to the prequel trilogy, and this movie is the Star Wars debut of Hayden Christensen as Anakin. After the mixed critical response to The Phantom Menace, George Lucas was hesitant to return to the writing desk. He employed Jonathan Hales, who had written several episodes of the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, to co-write this movie. Jonathan Hales had limited experience of writing a theatrical film. In the opening, it has been 10 years since the Battle of Naboo. There is unrest in the Galactic Senate. Several thousand solar systems have declared their intentions to leave the Republic. The separatist movement under the leadership of the mysterious Count Dooku has made it difficult for the limited number of Jedi Knights to maintain peace and order in the galaxy. Senator Amidala, the former Queen of Naboo, is returning to the Galactic Senate to vote on the critical issue of creating an army of the Republic to assist the overwhelmed Jedi. We see Coruscant, and we see the ships from Naboo are landing, and that is an impressive shot. We see the ships land, and we see the Senator is coming out, and the ship explodes. And you know, the real Padme is not on the real ship. We see her decoy dies. We see the Jedi are meeting with Palpatine, played by Ian McDiarmid, Yoda, voiced by Frank Oz, and Mace Windu, played by Samuel L. Jackson. We find out from Palpatine that he can't hold off the vote. We see Padme is meeting with Palpatine, and Padme thinks Count Dooku is behind this. We see Mace Windu thinks there is no way Dooku is behind this. We do see Palpatine suggest that Padme should be in protection of the Jedi. We see Palpatine suggest someone who is familiar with, and it is Obi-Wan and Anakin. At Padme's apartment, we see Obi-Wan Kenobi, played by Ewan McGregor, and Anakin Skywalker, played by Hayden Christensen. We do see Anakin is on edge, and you can tell Anakin is nervous. We see Jar Jar Binks, played by Ahmed Best. We see Jar Jar sees Obi-Wan and Anakin. We see Padme sees Obi-Wan and Anakin for the first time in 10 years. Outside the city at night, we see Zam, played by Leanne Wellsman, and she is meeting with someone, and we find out she is the one that hit the ship. We see someone gives a glass tube, and we find out they are poisonous. We see Obi-Wan and Anakin are talking. We find out from Obi-Wan Padme covered the cameras, and we find out from Anakin she programmed R2 to warn them if there are intruders. We see Padme is asleep, and there are lasers surrounding her. We find out Anakin is using Padme as bait, and we find out from Anakin it was Padme's idea. We see Zam loads the tube in a device, and it flies to Padme's apartment. We see Obi-Wan notices that Anakin is tired, and he has been having nightmares about his mom. A great line from Obi-Wan when he says, "And don't forget, she's a politician, and they're not to be trusted." Yeah, I can agree with that, to be honest. A great scene I like when we see the device arrives and we see it puts a hole in the window and we see two poisonous bugs. We see R2 detect something, but he can't see anything. We see the bugs go up to Padme's bed. We both see Obi-Wan and Anakin sense something is wrong. We see Anakin kills the bugs, and we see Obi-Wan sees the device and he jumps out of the window and he is hanging on the device. And we see Anakin goes after Obi-Wan. We see Anakin gets on his speeder and he is looking for Obi-Wan. We see Zam sees the device and we see her pull out her rifle and she destroys the device and Obi-Wan is falling. We see Zam flies away in her speeder. We see Anakin got Obi-Wan. We see Obi-Wan and Anakin are going after the assassin. We see Zam shoot an electrical light, and we see purple lightning. and Obi-Wan and Anakin go through it. We see Zam went through the tunnel and Anakin passed it, and we find out from Anakin if they keep the chase going any longer, that creep is gonna end up deep fried. We find out from Anakin it is a shortcut. We see Anakin lost the assassin. We see Anakin jumps out of the speeder, and a great line from Obi-Wan when he says, I hate it when he does that. We see Anakin got onto Zam's speeder. We see Zam is trying to get rid of Anakin. We see Anakin put out his lightsaber, and we see Anakin loses his lightsaber, but Obi-Wan caught it. We see Zam accidentally destroys her speeder and it crashes. We see Zam runs, and Anakin chases her. We see Obi-Wan lands the speeder. A great line from Obi-Wan, and you might have heard this line in the Clone Wars. This weapon is your life. We find out from Anakin she is a changeling. We see Zam is about to shoot Obi-Wan, and he stops her. We see Obi-Wan and Anakin are trying to get information from Zam. We find out from Zam that it was a bounty hunter, but before she can reveal the name, we see Zam gets darted, and we see the bounty hunter flies away, and we see Zam dies. We find out from Obi-Wan it was a toxic dart that killed Zam. At the Jedi Temple in the Council Chambers, we see Obi-Wan and Anakin are meeting with the Council, and we see Yoda tells Obi-Wan to track down the bounty hunter. We see Obi-Wan ask, who will protect Padme? And we find out from Yoda, Anakin will protect Padme. We see Mace tells Anakin to escort Padme back to Naboo and don't use registered transport. Travel as refugees. We see Mace tells Anakin to ask Palpatine to speak with Padme about the matter. We see Anakin is talking with Palpatine, and we see Palpatine will talk to Padme about it. We see Obi-Wan is talking with Mace and Yoda, and we do see Obi-Wan is concerned about Anakin, and he believes Anakin can't handle this assignment alone. At Padme's apartment, we see Padme is talking to Jar Jar that she will be on a leave of absence, and he will be in charge. We see Anakin and Padme are going on a public ship, and we see Obi-Wan is talking to Captain Typho, and he hopes Anakin doesn't do anything foolish. I like Captain Typho's line, I'd be more concerned about her doing something than him. We see the ship takes off to Naboo. We are at a diner, and we see Obi-Wan is meeting his friend Dex, played by Ron Falk. We see Obi-Wan shows Dex the dot, and we find out from Dex that is a Kamino saber dot. We find out from Obi-Wan he is not familiar with Kamino. We find out from Dex Kamino has clones. We see Obi-Wan is back at the temple, and we see Jocasta Nu, played by Aletith McGrath. We see Obi-Wan tells Jocasta Nu that he is looking for Kamino, and we find out from Obi-Wan it doesn't show up in the archive charts. We see Obi-Wan thinks the archive is incomplete. We see Obi-Wan meet with Yoda, who is teaching a class. We see Yoda ask, what is pulling the stars? And we see one kid says someone erased it from the archive. And we see Yoda tells Obi-Wan to go to the corner of the gravity's pull. We find out from Yoda only a Jedi could have erased it from the archive. We see the ship lands on Naboo. We see Padme is meeting with the Queen of Naboo. We find out from the governor of Naboo, Newt Gunray is still the viceroy of the Trade Federation. We see Obi-Wan Starfighter, and I remember I had that toy Starfighter as a kid. We do see Obi-Wan found Kamino. We see the city is in the water, and that is so cool. We see the Starfighter lands. We see Obi-Wan meet with one of the Kaminoans. We find out the Prime Minister is expecting him. We see Prime Minister Lama Su, played by Anthony Perlin. We find out from the Prime Minister 200,000 units are ready, with a million more well on the way. We see the Prime Minister wants Obi-Wan to tell Sifo Dyas that his order will be met on time. We find out from Obi-Wan, Sifo Dyas was killed. We find out they created a clone army. On Naboo, we see Anakin and Padme are falling in love, and we see them kiss. And we see Padme pulls away. On Kamino, we see Obi-Wan is looking at the clones. We find out from the Prime Minister that the original host was a bounty hunter named Jango Fett. We see Obi-Wan wants to meet Jango Fett. We see Obi-Wan is greeted by Boba Fett, played by Daniel Logan. We see Jango Fett, played by Temuera Morrison. We see the closet door is open, and we see Mandalorian armor. And I think Obi-Wan knows he is the bounty hunter he is looking for. We find out from Jango that he was recruited by a man called Tyrannus. We see Jango tells Boba to pack his things. They are leaving. We see Obi-Wan goes back to his starfighter, and we see Obi-Wan tells R4 to scramble code 5 to Coruscant. We see R4 pulls out a satellite, and we see Obi-Wan talks to Mason Yoda. We see Obi-Wan tells them about Sifo Dyas placing an order for the clone army, and we see Obi-Wan ask them if the Council ever authorized the creation of a clone army. We see Mace says no, and Mace thinks whoever placed that order did not have the authorization of the Jedi Council. We see Yoda tells Obi-Wan to bring him in for questioning. We see Anakin is having nightmares about his mom. We see Anakin has to go to rescue his mom. And we see Padme wants to go with him. We see Jango and Boba are about ready to leave. And we see Obi-Wan. And we see Obi-Wan and Jango get into a fight. We see Boba uses the ship's guns to kill Obi-Wan but fails. We see Obi-Wan is dangling, and we see Jango cuts the rope, and Obi-Wan uses the rope to attach it to a pole, and we see Obi-Wan gets on a nearby platform. We see Boba get Slave One ready to take off, and we see Obi-Wan puts a tracking device on the ship. We see Anakin and Padme's ship arrives on Tatooine. We see Anakin reunite with Watto, played by Andrew Scumberry. We see Watto doesn't recognize Anakin yet until he mentions his mother's name. We find out Watto showed his mom to a moisture farmer named Laz. We see Slave One arrives on Geonosis right behind Obi-Wan, and we get to the greatest space battle. We see Jango is going into the asteroid field, and we find out from Obi-Wan seismic charges. One of the greatest scenes from the space battle is seeing the asteroids destroy. We see Slave One is behind Obi-Wan, and a great line from Obi-Wan when he says, "Oh blast, this is why I hate flying." We see Jango launches a missile. We see Obi-Wan tells R4 to jettison the spare parts canisters. We see R4 does it, and the missile is destroyed. And we see Jango thinks he is dead. We see Obi-Wan is on an asteroid. We see Slave One lands on Geonosis. We see Obi-Wan sees the Trade Federation ships. We see Obi-Wan lands his starfighter. We see Anakin and Padme are at the Law's moisture farm. And we see Anakin is greeted by his old protocol droid, C-3PO, played by Anthony Daniels. And we see 3PO recognizes Anakin. We see Anakin meets Owen Lars, played by Joe Izzington, and Baru, played by Bunny Peasy. We see Klieg Lars, played by Jack Thompson. We find out Klieg married Smee. We find out from Klieg that it was before dawn. They came out of nowhere, a hunting party of Tusken Raiders. His mom got out early to pick mushrooms that grow on the evaporators. From the tracks, she was about halfway home when they took her. 30 of them went after her, and 4 of them came back. We find out Klieg lost his leg. He couldn't ride anymore until he healed. We find out she has been gone a month. We see Anakin stands up and he is going to look for his mom. We see Klieg thinks she is dead, but Anakin knows she is alive. A great shot I like when we see the shadows of Anakin and Padme, and we see Anakin tells Padme to stay with the laws and she would be safe. We see Anakin and Padme hug each other, and we see Anakin gets on his speeder bike and he is looking for his mom. A great scene I like when we see Anakin on his speeder bike and we hear Duel of the Fates and we see the double sunset. On Geonosis, we see Obi-Wan is snooping around looking for Jango Fett. We see Obi-Wan hears someone talking. We see Obi-Wan stumbles upon the meeting of the Separatists. We see Count Dooku, played by the legendary Christopher Lee, Newt Gunray, played by Salius Carson, and Watambor, played by Christopher Truswell. On Tatooine, we see Anakin is at a Tusken Raiden camp. We see Anakin cut a hole in a tent, and we see Sami, played by Pernilla August. We see Sami recognizes her son. We see Sami dies in his son's arms. And this is one of the darkest scenes in the movie. We see Anakin is getting angry, and we see him kill the Tusken Raiders, and that is foreshadowing Darth Vader. We see Yoda sense something pain, suffering, death. He felt something terrible has happened, and he knows it's Anakin. We see Obi-Wan is trying to send a signal to Anakin. We see Obi-Wan finds out Anakin is not on Naboo. We see a Geonosian spots Obi-Wan's starfighter. We see Obi-Wan finds out Anakin is on Tatooine, and we find out Obi-Wan doesn't have much time. On Tatooine, we see R2 sees Obi-Wan's hologram. We see a grieving and broken Anakin has returned with his mother's body. We see Anakin is upset about his mom's death. We see Anakin tells Padme that he killed the Tusken Raiders. We see the family is having the funeral for Smee. We see R2 comes out of the ship and he tells them about Obi-Wan. We see Obi-Wan tells Anakin about his long-range transmitter has been knocked out and he needs him to retransmit the message to Coruscant. We do see Padme finds out the Viceroy is behind the assassination attempt. We do see something is wrong and Obi-Wan is attacked by a destroyer. We do see Mace tells Anakin he will deal with Dooku and tells him to stay where he is. We find out from Padme that Geonosis is a parsec away, and Anakin knows he has to follow Mace's orders. And we see Padme is going to help Obi-Wan, and Anakin knows Padme is right. We see the ship takes off to Geonosis. We see Senator Bail Organa, played by Jimmy Smits, that the Senate will never approve the use of clones. We find out from Masamada, played by David Bowers, that this is a crisis. The Senate must vote the Chancellor emergency powers. He can then approve the creation of an army. On Geonosis, we see Dooku meet Obi-Wan for the first time. We find out Qui-Gon was the apprentice of Dooku. We see Dooku tells Obi-Wan, what if the Republic is under the control of a Sith Lord? We find out from Obi-Wan the Jedi would sense it. We also find out the dark side of the Force has clouded their vision. We see Dooku tells Obi-Wan about Darth Sidious, and we see Obi-Wan doesn't believe him. We see Dooku wants Obi-Wan to join him, and together they can destroy the Sith, and Obi-Wan refuses. At the Senate building, we see Jar Jar is speaking about giving the emergency powers to Palpatine. We see the Senate approves. We see Mace is going to take what Jedi they have left and go help Obi-Wan on Geonosis, and Yoda will go to Kamino. We see Padme ship arrives on Geonosis. We see Anakin and Padme are in a tunnel, and they are not alone. We see Anakin and Padme see the factory. We see Padme falls and Anakin goes after her. We see R2 and 3PO see the factory. We see R2 pushes down 3PO onto a floating robot. We see R2 is flying. We see Padme is fighting a Geonosian and falls down a molten vat. We see an arm knocks 3PO's head off his body. We see a droid head is attached to 3PO's body. We see 3PO gets attached to a battle droid body. We see Anakin's hand gets attached to something. We see molten lava is filling up. We see Padme is next, and R2 got it shut off. And we see the vat drop, and Padme is surrounded. We see Anakin's hand is free, but his lightsaber is damaged. We see Jango and the destroyers surround Anakin. We are at the arena, and we see Anakin and Padme are going to be taken outside. We do see Padme loves Anakin. We do see Anakin and Padme kiss, and they might think this might be the last time before they die. We see Obi-Wan is chained up. We see Dooku comes out with the other alliance. We see Pongo orders the execution to begin. We see different creatures are coming out. We see Padme got free, and we see Obi-Wan tells Anakin to relax and concentrate. And we see Anakin ask about Padme, and we see her climbing. A great line from Obi-Wan when he says, "She seems to be on top of things." We see the creature breaks Obi-Wan's chains. We see Anakin's creature runs at Anakin and he jumps on the creature. We see Padme's creature is climbing and we see Padme strikes it with the chains and we see the creature scratches her. We see Padme swings and kicks her creature. We see Anakin's creature knocks out Padme's creature and we see Padme jumps. We see Obi-Wan stabs his creature, but it takes the spear out. We see destroyers come out. We see they are surrounded. We see Mace Windu arrives, and we see him with his lightsaber activated. A great line from Mace when he says, "This party's over." We see more Jedi are here, and we see them with their lightsabers activated. We see super battle droids fire on Mace, and we see Jango shoots fire on Mace, and we see Mace jumps. We see battle droids are arriving on the scene. We see Jango goes after Mace, and we see Anakin's creature goes after Jango, and we see it goes another round, and we see Jango kills it. We do see Jango's jetpack is damaged. We see Jango shoots Mace, and we see Mace cuts his head off and dies. We see Obi-Wan kills his creature. We see the Jedi are surrounded. We see Dooku signals the droids to stop firing. We see Dooku tells Mace to surrender and lives will be spared. We see Mace tells Dooku there will not be hostages to be bodied. We see the droids are getting ready to fire. And we see the clones have arrived. We see Yoda tells the clones to create a perimeter. We see the Jedi get on the gunships, and they are out of the arena. We see R2 fixes 3PO, and we see Boba picks up his father's helmet, and you know Boba will get his revenge on Mace for killing his father. We find out from Yoda if Dooku escapes, he would rally more systems to his cause. We see the Separatist Alliance are watching the battle. We are seeing the Clone Wars are beginning to unfold. We see the Federation ships are taking off, and Obi-Wan orders to fire on them. We are seeing this is not looking good for the Separatists, and they must retreat. We see Pago gives Dooku the plans of the Death Star. We see the Separatists are leaving. We see Dooku is going back to his ship. We see Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Padme are on Dooku's trail. We see Anakin orders the clone to shoot Dooku down, and they are out of rockets. We see Obi-Wan tells them to follow him. We see Dooku orders the Geonosian gunships to fire on the gunship following him. We see Padme falls off and Anakin wants to go after her. Obi-Wan knows there isn't much time. We see Obi-Wan tells Anakin, "What do you think Padme would do if she was in his position?" And Anakin knows she would do her duty. We find out the droid army is in retreat. We see Dooku arrives in his hangar. We see Obi-Wan and Anakin go after Dooku. We see Anakin runs after Dooku, and we see Dooku uses Force Lightning to knock out Anakin. We see Dooku uses Force Lightning against Obi-Wan, but his lightsaber protects him. We get into the duel with Obi-Wan and Dooku. We see Padme regains consciousness, and she is going after Obi-Wan and Anakin. We see Dooku disables Obi-Wan. We see Dooku is about to strike Obi-Wan, and Anakin saves him. And we get into Anakin's duel with Dooku. We see Obi-Wan throws his lightsaber to Anakin. We see Dooku cuts Anakin's hand off and disables Anakin. We see Yoda arrives. We see Dooku uses the Force to knock Yoda out. We see Dooku uses the Force to knock Yoda out with two devices, but stops it. And we see Dooku uses the Force to bring rocks down, but stops it. We see Dooku uses Force Lightning, and we see Yoda uses it against him. And we see him try again, but fails. And we get to see Yoda duels with Dooku. We find out Dooku was the apprentice of Yoda. We see Dooku uses the Force to crush a device and bring it down on Obi-Wan and Anakin. And we see him escape to his ship, and we see Yoda saves both Obi-Wan and Anakin. We see Padme arrives with the clones, but it is too late. We see Dooku arrives back on Coruscant, and he is greeted by Darth Sidious. We see Obi-Wan is talking with Mace about Sidious controlling the Senate. We see Mace tells them that they should keep a close eye on the Senate. We see Yoda ask where Anakin is, and we find out escorting Padme back to Naboo. A great line from Yoda when he says, "Begun the Clone War has." A great scene I like when we see the clones all lining up and we see them boarding and see the ships take off. And we hear the Empire theme. On Naboo, we see Anakin and Padme are getting married in secret, and that is the end. I will say this is an improvement from the last movie. I will say I think Natalie Portman is much better in this movie, and her voice sounds so real, unlike from the last movie. Like I said, I would have used her real voice in The Phantom Menace, unlike the other voice she used. I think Hayden Christensen as Anakin is good, but not perfect. I do like Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan, and he is real good in this movie. I do like Jar Jar in this movie, and he got a great role, and he was toned down. I do like Christopher Lee as Count Dooku, and he was such a great villain. I will say, I think the love story with Anakin and Padme was a bit boring, and there was nothing interesting. I will admit, this movie did have a good mystery, and this movie was real better as I remember it to be when I saw it in theaters back in 2002. I will say, the pacing of this movie is very fast, and the direction by George Lucas is great, and there are incredible shots. I will give Attack of the Clones an 8 out of 10. So, that is my review of Attack of the Clones. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you next time for my review of the final prequel movie, Revenge of the Sith.